Welcome back to West Pregame. I'm joined now with Sierra, who just you performed your personal best in the shot put recently.
Recently, yeah.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about that event. We were just talking about more distance running, but you're doing some of the events for track and field. What are those like?
They're pretty good. They're pretty good. I know with shot put is one of my favorite events, and so with that personal best, it was really fun, and it was really energized, and so I hope I get back into that throw again. But with the other events, it's wonderful to go back and forth and back and forth. Although sometimes it's tiring, it actually is fun.
So you do both the pentathlon and the heptathlon.
Yeah.
So between 5 or 7 events on any given day. How do you manage your time practicing for those different events?
As far as practices, it's really organization. So what happens is it's only 2 hours per day.
Mm-hmm.
So with each hour in a day, you would do one event. So you would do hurdles 1 hour and then jab the next hour, skip to the next day, you would do shot, then you do high jump and then skip to the next day and so on and so forth until each and every day you do something different. So that's what I like about it.
Do you have a favorite event?
I do. Shot, but my favorite.
All right. Do you have a second favorite event?
Okay. I love hurdles. I do love hurdles too.
And those were a new one for you coming to Wesleyan?
Not really. Definitely not shot. Hurdles, I never had a hurdles coach. Okay. So it was new as far as technique. But I just jumped over hurdles when I was in high school. But now I actually run hurdles.
And you've managed to trim down your time a lot.
Yeah. Makes me very happy.
Well, so on top of all of the events that you're doing, you are also in 3 different dance groups on campus.
Yes, I am.
So how do you feel like those, I know you're saying that the hurdles sometimes help your dance performance, or your dance performance can help you as a hurdler. Do you feel that they interact at all?
Definitely. Both of them, although they sometimes take different amounts of energy and sometimes they're different ways of thinking.
Mm-hmm.
They do help each other as far as, core and coordination. Definitely. A lot of coordination that I've learned in dance helps me over hurdles because it also helps me with the rhythm. There's a rhythm that you have between hurdles. There's a rhythm that you have going up to high jump, long jump, so on and so forth. So with the rhythm that I've learned in dance for dancing all these years, that helps me a lot in track. And so I really appreciate that those two interact.
Yeah. Well, okay, so shot put isn't necessarily something I think that everyone does. How did you first get involved with this event?
Here's the long story short. Unfortunately, a lot of high school coaches aren't exactly trained. So a lot of high school coaches will look at a person's body and they'll be like, oh, you look like a jumper. You are a dancer. You look like a hurdler. Well, I am bigger than the average sprinter. So they're like, oh, you look muscular. We can have you in shot put or throwing something out there. So, and all we had at that moment was the shot put. So I found out that I was actually really good and I actually really enjoyed it. So I kept along with it and I kept along with it into college and I'm getting better and I really like that.
And what are some of your favorite moments looking back?
Looking back, in my entire 3 years?
Yeah.
3 years. I would say one of my favorite moments was D3's come this past indoor season.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened is I threw, I think it's 13.06, and it was the first time I had gotten over 13. And that was a huge step. What happened was all the other throws were not good, whatever. And then I remember just getting energized and pumped. It was right before the finals. I was trying to make it into the finals. I was trying to get a T-shirt with the top 3 in it. So me and one of my fellow throwers, Ashley Swan, we were acting goofy, getting pumped up, getting energized, getting ready to throw. And all of a sudden I had this huge amount of energy, just this like adrenaline rush. And I threw and it felt great. I loved it, and so if I could get back there, it made me smile. This was after I'd done 10 other events, and so I was actually tired, but it was a great feeling. It's one of those athletic moments that you're just so proud of. So.
Well, it's interesting that you mentioned getting ready with one of your teammates because shot put, running, a singles tennis match, all of these things are events that are an individual event, but for you, you also are scoring points and you're playing as a team. How do you navigate that situation for yourself when you go into a meet?
Well, I love the fact that with track and field, it's both teamwork and individual, so you get the best of both worlds. So what happens is with your team, you do your team shake loose, you run around the track, you do the breakdown, go west, things like that. And then you're in your own lane. You're in your own circle, you know, you're in your own runway, which I love that fact. I love teamwork, but I also love space. And that's how I navigate between those two. I really appreciate those two. And I really appreciate how track uses those.
And what are you looking forward to for the rest of the season?
I am looking forward to basically just doing as best as I can. I've been injured for a couple of weeks, so that sucks. But getting back into the swing of things, and also with the weird multi-event schedule, I have a meet this Wednesday and Thursday. So just getting back into that swing of things, and then seeing how far I can progress, and getting back into everything. So very excited.
Well, best of luck to you on these upcoming meets, and thank you for joining us here tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.